Alright everybody, welcome back to some more Sercacraft. It is I, Xilestar, and today... Okay, so you could probably... Oh, wait, you could probably already tell, but pretty much. Yeah, so not much has actually been done about this place. Yeah, I wanted to sort of apologize while I'm going to go and do that right now, pretty much. So, here's what happened, alright? Hang on, I'm just going to adjust this a little bit up so I can see more of my screen. Apologize for that, but yeah. So, what happened? Well, I wanted to, well, not really I wanted, but I found out that I needed to reconstruct my entire Oblivion mod back from scratch kind of thing in terms of like how everything worked kind of thing and how I wanted to get it to function sort of thing. So, like, why is that sort of relevant to this? Well, that took about the time that it would take for me to have finished this area all on its own. So by the time that I even thought about doing this, it was already like way too late. Like I was so like this always happens, and it's not like, and it's not Oblivion's fault. It's not Sercacraft's fault. It's my fault. I take full responsibility for it. But a lot of the time, what happens, so I'll explain why this happens more often than anything else. The reason why it happens is because, like, Oblivion has been the game that I've always played when I was a kid. I first played Oblivion when I was 9 or 10 years old. So obviously it's been years since the game has come out, and so, like, you know, like it has a special place in my heart, and you know, I want it, and with my mod, it's like my child kind of thing. It's my baby. I want to, you know, make it work, make it fix it, and make it as efficient as possible kind of thing. Like, I don't want to do anything to endanger it. So pretty much, I had to almost reconstruct the entire mod from scratch for the meshes and textures for the mod itself. And with that, I was able to completely redo all of that within the span of 5 days. You know what I could have done in those 5 days if I actually decided to not actually waste time on trying to get everything to work for the Oblivion mod? I could have finished this. Because this is going to take, like, what, probably, like, 2 hours, maybe? And instead, I made it last a lot longer than it needed to be. And that's not fair to this series, and that's not fair to you guys either when you're just trying to watch somebody playing Minecraft and talking about, like, other things as well. Like, that's one of the things that I definitely wanted to kind of stray away from, is talking about another series within another series. Unless the series is a part of the same game, though. Like, I would talk about Pixelmon Adventures during this if I could, kind of thing. Like, if there was anything new about that series, which there isn't, because obviously I can't record that. What the? Okay, that was weird. Anyway. But, like, if Pixelmon Adventures was still being recorded kind of thing, and still being uploaded kind of thing, I talk about it. This is, like, the perfect time to go and do that. And the same idea goes with, like, with Minecraft and Oblivion, of course. Like I don't talk about a Minecraft during that series kind of thing, and I don't do it for any other series. But Minecraft is sort of the series, though, that, like, a lot of that stuff kind of comes out, because for Minecraft, this is boring, right? I find this is boring. You know what I did during that entire time there? I was goofing around with my friends, and the other thing I was doing is that when they were gone doing their own little thing, still talking away kind of thing, I was watching YouTube videos. No joke, I was watching YouTube videos. I was watching... There were videos I already watched, though, and I tend to do this a lot, where I do it with TV shows and, like, just, like, YouTube videos. I'll put something that I've already watched before, just to use as, like, a white noise or background noise, just so that way, though, like, if something interests me, I turn my head to the other monitor, and I look and I go, ooh, okay, that's kind of cool, or oh, I remember that moment kind of thing, and then I go back to doing this, and then I just keep doing this. That's it. That's all it is. That's my secret to how I stay sane in doing this, which I am kind of surprised that I am anyway. So you'll notice another thing that I did as well is that I blocked all these off with wool. Now, if you want to know where I got this wool, I made it. So every time I kill a spider, it drops a bunch of string, and for some odd reason, it came to me when I came back down here to place all this stuff down. I could just use that string to make wool. So I did. So I covered up these. I also covered up a couple of them up here as well. No, I covered up that one. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I might need to cover up the bottom. We'll see. So I want to get an idea of how the spawning mechanic of these work. I wonder if it's like a 360 kind of thing. Or in that case, it's more of a weird 360 thing. And hopefully I'll be able to get an idea of how I want to build that room, because obviously none of that has been done. I've just been working on my Oblivion mod and just getting all that other stuff finished and ready to go, so I can just start doing more videos about that. Pretty much. And even for this series, though, like, we have done, like, some data pack stuff and everything. I haven't really done much of any of that anymore. I still need to fix, not fix. I need to still make sure, though, that the lock area, so, like, you lock by 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5 and 5 area kind of thing, is working fine. But right now we're going to do the hand thing only. And then once I get the area done, I will do that. But the other thing is that, like, I need to make sure that we can hide the key's name, because obviously this is a recording, right? So if I were to show you that this sword was named Traveler's Blade, you could see it. And even if I were to do this, you can see its name is Traveler's Blade. So what we're trying to do, and by we I mean me, pretty much, is that I need to find out if I can actually hide that. So that way, though, I can hide names like that. So that way, though, like, if you were to, let's say, stream and you don't want anybody to know what your key's name is, kind of thing, to enter your storage, kind of thing, you can hide that name. And so that's the idea, kind of thing, is that I'm trying to do, is that I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Right now, I have the system in place where you can hide the key when it's in your inventory. So I can show you what that does. Hang on, /trigger. It should be here. Owner key. There you go. Oh, it added 2 for some odd reason. Weird. See? It hides it here. But if you do this, it shows it. Why is this here, though? Why is it 2? It may be a little bug, but I might need a little bit of a fix here. I'll throw that in here. What? Ow. Go. Bye. Because I don't really need you to start shooting arrows at me, buddy. But yeah, but that's pretty much where I got for the key, though. Obviously, I'm not going to name my key Sancturia key. That's just going to be too easy. I want it to be so that way, though, like, you can input, like, anything you want kind of thing, and only you know the password kind of thing. I will not be looking at them. And another thing that we're going to be doing, and I think I was briefly talking about this, and I wanted to emphasize more of it. So pretty much what happens is that after we're done this series, so let's say we're done with 1.21. We're done with it. It's over. let's move on to the next version kind of thing, right? What I can do in between that is that I can move my dimension to my single player world and I can edit it however I want. Let's say I want to add a netherite waterfall. I can do that. I can do that. That's not a huge problem. That's the whole that's the whole reason why we want to do it by dimension though, is because like it gives us more freedom to do with whatever we want. Or at least that's what I'm doing it for. And something that I also wanted to mention though is that if nobody wants their own dimension, they don't have to have one. But it's an option. We haven't well, I haven't built the template yet. I want to wait until everything's all ready to go, and then I'll make it into a template. Like everybody's going to be given a template. Everybody can use it to make whatever they want. They don't have to make it in my way, kind of thing, or anything else. I do want to find out if there is what happens if you want to use two custom biomes in a custom dimension. Like how does that go about? Like, is there a setting you have to put in or something like that, right? Because in Sancturia, I wanted to have like different biomes and such. So I was thinking of having like a ring, like the water ring that's around it kind of thing, to have a separate version, like a different biome kind of thing. Oh, okay, there's copper underneath. Okay, good. There's a random skeleton that just came down. Okay, buddy, come on. Come on down here. Oh, you came down there. Okay. But yeah, like this kind of thing though, like me bouncing back and forth of like how I want to do a series kind of thing, and even not even that either though, like just trying to figure out what I want to do for that series kind of thing. It always takes up so much time. Like same thing with like Pixelmon Adventures. You know how many times I keep saying that I'm gonna add a day and night extender mod so that we can have a longer day and night kind of thing. Yeah, it still hasn't been done. Because every time I buckle down, like I sit down at the desk at my desk, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna finally add it. Something else comes up. It's like, oh no, I remember that Oblivion mod or that Oblivion script broke, or you know what? That Sercacraft. I need to breed. What is it? I needed to breed sniffers so that I can have it for this version. Or I needed to, you know, build my bee farm, so I need to go back and go and do that. Like, that kind of thing always happens. I always get distracted with something that takes me away from that moment, and then when I come back, and I go, okay, what was I about to do beforehand? And I'm like, it probably wasn't important. And then meanwhile, the next time I boot up the server, and I go in and I start recording, it hits me. I remember. I remember that I needed to go and build the, like I needed to go and get a mod like that. So then I go ahead and then I go, okay, next time I'll go do that. Then the next time happens, and I forget again. And it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. It's that, like, I get distracted with something else. I literally get distracted with something else that I find is more interesting. And it's the same kind of thing though with like how I build, and not just in Minecraft though, but same thing with like my Oblivion mod though. Like if a bunch of scripts were broken, I can tell you one that was broken for a really long time. The Nebula Rift Ring was a very broken item for a really long time. You know how long it took for me to actually go ahead and actually fix it? It took me about, I want to say about 6 months before I decided to go, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fix it. And then I did. I did fix it. With a bunch of workarounds. But again, the idea, like, for the Nebula Rift Ring was there for about almost a year now, I think. I think I would talked about it. It was definitely during Modded Oblivion. I think it was a really... Yeah, I think it was right when it was about to end. No, it wasn't right when it was about to end. It was probably in 2023, I think I was talking about it. And again, that's the idea that I'm trying to get across, kind of thing, though, is that, like, I get so distracted with certain things, though, that, like, I want to do, that, like, when it comes time that I want to do them, I get distracted with something else that's more interesting. Case in point, Nebula Rift Ring. Every time I tried to get it to work, it never did. I think I buckled down. I wanted to test it. I grabbed an old version of it that I found randomly. Because what I did is that, like, since it didn't work, I blanked the script. Kept the name, but I blanked the script, so though, like, it's there, so though in case I want to go work on it again, I can. And then what I did is that I ended up just testing it out again, and then I found out that it breaks the character. So I kept trying to fix it. I kept trying to fix the character, kept trying to fix the script, kept trying